Hello, hello, hello. Let's chat today about my thoughts and answering some of your questions about my new, to me, Louis Vuitton Noe in Epi leather. Hello, 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 and the warmest of welcomes to today's video. For those who haven't seen my face before, hi, I'm Nick, glad to have you here. Those who have seen my face before, thank you so much for joining me again. I hope you're enjoying my videos. I put out videos roughly 3 times a week on a range of different topics, anywhere from fashion to slightly more personal topics. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then please do head down, hit subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. I love chatting with you all. I'm all about living life loud, and what that means to me is being your authentic self, being proud to be you, and just celebrating who you are. Celebrating yourself and celebrating others. So, what are we talking about today? Actually, before I start, I have to apologise. In a few videos, you've seen caps a lot recently. The reason being is that, as anyone who has bleached their hair knows, it goes through it. If anyone's watched a Brad Mondo, reaction video, you can see what can happen if you don't look after your hair properly. So I am just giving my hair a few days of no products, deep conditioning, leave-in conditioners, giving it conditioning when I shower, just to try and regain as much of that moisture as I can that gets lost through the bleaching process. So, as much as your hairdresser can try and look after it, there is a certain amount of home care as well that you should do. So I'm just doing that and just looking after my hair. But anyway, what are we here to talk about? We are here to talk about the Louis Vuitton Noe that I have here. It's looking a little bit, not quite as pulled together. But this is my new to me but vintage Louis Vuitton Noe. And I received a few questions on this bag, so I'll quickly answer those before I go into what I think of it and what fits, etc. So the questions that I received were the colour of the bag, the age of the bag, and the and where it was made. So this is Toledo Blue, Epi leather. Which I believe, from having spoken with Caleb, was a colour in the 90s that they created this bag in. I've also seen this bag in red. I think I saw it in green. I've seen it in multicolours. And then, of course, you have newer versions as time's progressed as well. The age of this bag, it is 1994. So technically, this bag and I are the same age. However, it is, unless it was produced on the last day of the year, my birthday, it will be older than me, potentially. So, but that's pretty cool to have a bag that is, I know that people hunt down their birth year bags. I was gifted it. And I don't even know if it was known that it was kind of created the same year that I was born, which is really cool, actually. So yeah, I like that. And in terms of where it was made in France. And I have to give a shout out to the wonderful Steph from Handbagholic, who on Steph's website, she has a feature where you can type in the code of your bag, your Louis Vuitton bag, and get an indication of the year and where it was made. So I just wanted to give that little shout out because it was really, really helpful as kind of a starting point. So a huge thank you to Steph. Now, what do I think of this bag? I think it's fab. Why do I think it's fab? It is durable, it is hard wearing, it is easy to use, it is easy to style, it is comfortable. It is a great, just everyday kind of shoulder bag. I know that the intention of this is to carry champagne. I don't drink champagne, I can't stand the stuff. So you won't find me carrying champagne in this. However, I respect the fact that that is the origin of this bag. So good for that. If I was going to carry an alcohol, it would be likely that if I was taking this to a party, it would have vodka and rosé wine in it, and probably Sprite as well to mix with the vodka, or Coke, depending on the flavour of the vodka. So yes, anyway, I've lost my point. Where was I going with that? Anyway, very easy to use. I used this a couple of times. I used this most recently, blasphemous probably, for Louis Vuitton lovers. I used this to carry my shopping. I had food in this. I had drinks in this. I just wanted something that was easy, that also I felt, with big bags that you can fill quite substantially, sometimes the handles can feel like they're going to snap or like the bag is going to rip. You certainly don't feel that with this. It feels very substantial. I think that is the way that it has been created. It's lovely quality. And also the fact that it is vintage and it has some scuffs and scrapes on the hardware, on the corners, to me tells a little bit of a story. I don't know what the story is. I don't know who the I know who the previous owner was before me, but I don't know who owned it prior. So I quite like that. I quite like the fact that there's this mystery about it and there's this usage on it. And, you know, your mind kind of runs as to the amazing things that they were doing when they were using this bag. You know, a little bit of imagination there. So, yes, I think it's a fabulous, fabulous piece. I'm going to give it a little bit of a condition because things like the straps here, particularly where they run through this kind of ring, they become a little bit dry. But do you know what? That I think is to be expected. It is an older bag. I can very easily condition that. That is not a problem. I am not put off by that in the slightest. As you know, I love a pre-loved or a vintage piece. I think this might be my first vintage, but I love pre-loved. So there we go. So fabulous bag, great. Price point wise, I've seen these on the pre-loved market from anywhere from about £600 to £800, dependent on the age of the bag. But if you want one that's a similar era, that's what you're going to pay. The newer versions, the monogram, I think is about £1,400 if you buy it brand new today. And I'm sure that the price varies dependent on the age. If you bought one from, I don't know, 2016, it might be a different price point. But in terms of when I was looking comparably for this, you're looking between £600 and £800, I would say, for a bag that was circa 25 years old. Now, let's quickly go into what fits, because it is a practical bag. Now, the shape of it is very useful. However, it means that you can't fit a laptop. So you could fit an iPad, but I can't fit my 13-inch MacBook in this, just because the height of it. So it does fit if you don't want to cinch it in. If I just want to leave it open like this, absolutely, I could fit the MacBook in, but I would want this to be a little bit more closed than that, particularly as it doesn't have a zipper. I would want it to be as closed as possible. I live in the UK, it can rain at any second. Let's not tempt fate. Anyway, let's get started. We are going to throw in a cosmetics case, a second cosmetics case, because I quite often use two. They have different things in them. Ugh. My kind of travel wallet. I think that has something in it. Does that have money in it? Oh, I hope it has money in it. Oh, as someone who wears heels a lot, I always carry flip-flops just in case I need to take my shoes off. And these are my leopard print and pink Havaianas. I absolutely love those. Bought those from Selfridges this year. Have a glasses case. This has got my pink cat eye Lacoste sunglasses in there, but I just love this peacock blue velvet that I bought from Specsavers. A blush pink Longchamp mirror. Longchamp 6-ring key holder that is now a 5-ring key holder because one of them fell off. But I've owned that for about 3 years. Great buy. My car key with a Kurt Geiger key ring on it. And of course, a mobile phone. So let's give that a little cinch. There is room in the top, so I think you could fit a bottle of water or, oh, here we go, actually. Let's be extra. Just, a bottle of Prosecco. One. Actually, we can fit two. We're gonna have two. There you go. So there's your champagne element of this, okay? I mean, it's only a little bottle, but that gives you what you need. Right, there we are. Oh, okay, now it's heavy. It is heavy. However, that strap is thick enough to be comfortable still. It's not digging, and also they've not created a sharpness on the edges of the strap, which can quite often happen, which means that it digs. So I think this would be very, very comfortable just to wear on your shoulder. It is substantial. It still has a lot of space in it. I put quite a lot of stuff in there. I know a lot of my subscribers are very much into mini bags, so the amount that I just put in this bag would be crazy. But it is really still got some space, some room, some give, but it also doesn't look overfilled. It doesn't look bulbous in any way. It just, it very much keeps its aesthetic, it keeps its look. It's got well held. Fabulous. It's a great, great bag. The strap is removable. because you can just unpopper it. I am debating getting some extra holes put in it so that I can shorten the strap, so that rather than buying a top handle strap, I could just maybe use this as a top handle and just have these slightly meet further in the middle. But I'll make a decision, because what I don't want to do is devalue the bag when I could maybe just buy a top handle strap from maybe Etsy or something along those lines. But it's great. I'm also going to buy an organizer, because the wonderful Julie from Agent Bag Reviews told me where I can buy an organizer, so I will make sure to do that. But anyway, I think it's a great piece. I'm so grateful to own it. I'm so grateful to have LV leather as well. You know, this is a great item, and it wasn't cheap when it first came out. Caleb really kindly sent me the overview of the pricing structure from the 90s, and it was still a pretty pricey bag for the time. So yeah, really beautiful, really happy to own it. Love the subtlety of it. It's a fabulous item, very different for me, and I think that's great. I think it's great to challenge ourselves. I think it's great to try new styles and great to try new things. But anyway, let me know what you think of this bag, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Take care, everyone. Bye now.